Meet Lamin Jalamang Sise, an inspiring individual whose unwavering determination to pursue higher education in the United States of America not only changed his life but also positioned him as a trusted advisor to the esteemed UN Secretary General Kofi Annan.
My name is Lamin Jalan Sise. I was born and raised in Bansang, and my dad was Alhaji Jalaman Sise, and my mother was called Mba Fanta Dabo. I went to Bansang School, Bansang Primary School, and from there I then went to Armitage Secondary School. When I finished my studies in Armitage, I then went on to Yundum College for a 2-year training, teacher training course. When I finished the 2-year training course, I went to Ngain Sanjal to teach at that school. Ngain Sanjal, this was some academic year 1965 to 1966. I was teaching primary 2, Ngain Sanjal. Ngain, that was the 3rd year of the establishment of school at Ngain. The government had that policy of not putting permanent structures in villages. When they start school there, they just want to be sure that the villagers really mean to have school in their community. But that was the 3rd year. We had the head teacher who was teaching primary 1, and I taught primary 2, and then we had a 3rd teacher who was teaching primary 3. Since there were no government facilities established, the villages provide temporary buildings for school. And there was only one building that was given, and he had 2 classes in that permanent structure. And that where the primary 3 and the primary 1 were in the building, and there was nothing else for primary 2. They put together what they call locally mbar, and corn stalks were used to put that structure together. So I was the one who had my class in that mbar, and it wasn't a structure you just put together, corn stalks and the coos stalks, and had my class in there. Anyway, I taught in Ngain for a year, and wanted them to go and go for further studies. So I resigned them from that school. It was not easy for me, because that village, the young kids, they really needed them education. They needed committed Gambians to help them out. It wasn't easy for me to leave them out, or to leave them in Gain and say I'm going for further studies. But anyway, I decided to do that.
Tell me about your journey from Gambia to the United States of America.
September 5th, 1966, I then left Bansang to start my journey for further studies abroad. I had made arrangements with my uncle, who was running a school in Dakar, to go there and teach him for a year. He asked me, he said, I have a high school and primary school together here in Dakar. At the high school level, we teach English, among other courses. I would want you to come and teach English in that school. I did that, and for a year, academic year, 66, 67. I then left Dakar because I was hoping that that I would go on to the U.S. or U.K., but the monies that I thought I would get from my uncle, my salaries, I got nothing. Taught a whole year there. He wanted me to stay in Dakar, continue running his school for him. I told him no, I couldn't do that. First, I left him very reluctantly, teaching job in Sanjal, and when they really needed them teachers in that area. That was not easy. I didn't leave that village to come and be in Dakar and teach there. My uncle said to me, well, there's a university here. You can go here. Please hang around. But because I was running his school essentially for him, he didn't want to let me go. I got in touch because I didn't get a single penny from him the entire year, because he had said to me, I will hold on to your salary in my account. When you're ready to move, I will give you the money. Well, he was a direct uncle. He's he was my mother's first cousin. So I didn't doubt that he would give me my money when I finished the academic year. He didn't. So for the first time, I got in touch with my father in the Gambia while I was in Dakar, and then told him that I got stuck here and I just need to move on. My friend Mamour Diagne, whom I had made arrangements, we were going to leave Gambia after graduation from Yundum College to go abroad. We decided, but that was supposed to be academic year, July 1965. But 3 months before that, my mother passed away, and I told Mamour I wouldn't be able to go with him in the light of my mother's demise. Let me just hang around with the family, settle everybody down, and then go. Anyway, so I got in touch with him, and he said to me, look, why don't you come and complete your GCEs and the other things here at the University of Madrid? You would also do the Spanish course, and you can go to the university here. That was what took me from Dakar to the University of Madrid, academic year 1967-68. Anyway, my father sent me some money. I think he sold probably 2 bulls. And my mother's gold earrings, my sister told me later on, they sold that one also, put the monies together and sent that to me in Dakar. And that was the way to move me from Dakar. So I took Ansreville, which is a liner that operates from Marseille in France and to the West African ports. Dakar, Abidjan, Cotonou. But anyway, and then it goes back that way it goes back the same route to Marseille. So now it was on that return trip that I bought a third-class ticket on Ancerville to take me to Las Palmas. It was a 3-day voyage to Las Palmas, and when I got to Las Palmas, I got in a pension there, small residence, and then I worked at the harbor in Las Palmas to be able to raise my fare to move on from Las Palmas to Madrid. To Madrid. So at the harbor, I was just lifting boxes, putting them on my head, back here and there. It's a full day of labor, very hard labor that I did there for about 3-4 weeks. And when I got enough money to take me on to Madrid, I then got on a military ship, a cheap ticket. The Spanish servicemen were completing their deployment this was a troop rotation. They were completing their deployment in the Western Sahara, and then came to Madrid, came to Las Palmas to go on to the Spanish mainland. I did that, went on to the mainland, and joined Mamori in Madrid, and I immediately arrived. I just went straight to register at the university, and then also British Council and American Cultural Center for to complete my GCEs, and also prepare for American University entrance exams, SAT and ACT. While I was in Madrid, things weren't that easy. I would go to I didn't have any scholarship at that time. I would go to the American Air Force Base in a place called Torrejon, do some odd jobs there, washing diapers for families. At that time, cloth diapers were the ones that they were using. And I would get then do some ironing for the families there as well, get about $3-4 that day. That would keep me going on, buying food and continuing the studies. I did a little bit of teaching in an institute there, teaching English part-time as well. But anyway, that was not an easy thing in Madrid, but I didn't want the difficulties to take me away from the purpose that I was there for, and that was further education. Anyway, I ended up having that year in Madrid. Not easy, as I said. There were moments when things weren't that easy. On 2 occasions, 3 days in a row, on each of those 2 occasions, I didn't have anything. No money, nothing, no food. What I would do is go to the trash cans and then retrieve the dry bread that people would throw away. A second time that happened again, 3 days in a row. No food, nothing. You go to the trash area, pick up the dry bread, remove the fungus on the dry bread and soak it, and fill my stomach up with that, and then go to my classes. But anyway, I ended up getting my entrance at Columbia University in New York in the U.S. and the University of California at Santa Barbara. But those 2 universities, very expensive, did not give financial support or scholarship to first-year foreign students. They wanted, so the American Embassy was helping me out, and they said they would need to get a confirmation from Gambia that I am a citizen of the Gambia, and whatever help they give me, they would appreciate it. Well, they sent a letter to the education department in Banjul, and it took a bit of time before they replied. When the reply came to the American Embassy in Madrid, the answer from Gambia was, the money that you want to give Lamin, the scholarship, give us that money, we would use it for our education projects somewhere here. The American Embassy got back to them and said, no, the money that we want to give him is designated specifically to assist international students. And we find Lamin qualified for that, and we want to give it to him. All that we need is a note from you confirming that, yes, he is a citizen of the Gambia, and whatever help you give him, we would appreciate it. It took a bit of time before they replied in Gambia, and then a few days later, or weeks later, a note came saying, no, we don't get into that kind of arrangement. And that killed that opportunity. The American Embassy people said to me, Lamin, you have a political problem in the Gambia? This is such a very simple thing to help you out, and they seem not to want to help. I told them, no, that's not it. I'm from the rural areas. I don't know anybody in the education department, or I don't have any of those connections. I said, that's it. But political stuff, no. And I said, not at all. It turned out that the person who was director of education at the department, who signed that letter, was at one time a principal of Yundum College. When I was there, I was secretary of the Students' Union. I worked very closely with him. And when I saw his signature on it, I was really surprised that he declined to help. And the help was only confirmation to the American Embassy that this would happen. So that sent me a very difficult thing, because I couldn't go to Colombia. I couldn't go to Santa Barbara. Then there was...